Trump's Fed pick Stephen Miran's racing through the halls. White House ties got senators questioning it all. Independence on the line, while tariffs take their toll. Companies shoulder the cost like a tax upon their soul. Lutnick squeezing private firms with government might, using commerce power in this economic fight. Markets moving, power shifting, policies collide. From Beijing to Washington, nowhere left to hide. Bonds are falling, stocks are calling. Who will take the lead in this game of global change? What do we really need? China's bond yields climbing to a 25 high. Investors betting deflation's gonna say goodbye. Pacific Insurance raising $2 billion in the game, while NIO seeks funding to keep their heavy flame. Long bonds selling off as mutual funds feel pain. Stock rotations got the market dancing in the rain. Markets moving, power shifting, policies collide. From Beijing to Washington, nowhere left to hide. Bonds are falling, stocks are calling. Who will take the lead in this game of global change? What do we really need? Climbing third day straight, Trump's threats in the air. Russian crude and Doha strikes got traders everywhere. Zara's owner feeling heat from US tariff games. Hyundai caught between two worlds of political claims. Europe drags its feet while Draghi's plan waits in line. Only 11% implemented, running out of time. Judge says cook and stay fed, independence holds the line. Inflation fears are fading, jobs are on our mind. From China's rising yields to America's trade war, the world keeps spinning, but what are we fighting for? Wednesday morning brings the news, September's early call. Markets, politics, and power. Who's gonna catch the fall?
Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, September 10th, and we've got some fascinating developments in the world of economics and politics to dig into this morning. Let's start with what might be the biggest story affecting market confidence right now: President Trump's controversial Fed nomination. Stephen Miran, one of Trump's top economic advisors, is racing through Senate confirmation despite serious concerns about Federal Reserve independence. The guy says he'll take a leave of absence from the White House if confirmed, but senators are rightfully questioning whether that's enough to maintain the central bank's crucial independence from political pressure. This is huge because the Fed's credibility is everything when it comes to managing monetary policy. Speaking of Trump administration moves, we're seeing some really aggressive tactics from Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. He's been putting unprecedented pressure on private companies and trading partners in what appears to be an unusual effort to raise revenue and expand presidential control over the economy. This kind of government intervention in private business is raising eyebrows across Wall Street. And then there are those tariffs. Trump keeps warning of economic doom if they're ruled illegal. But here's the thing. Many American companies are already shouldering the costs of these tariffs, and analysts say it's hitting their earnings just like a corporate tax increase would. Meanwhile, over in China, we're seeing some really interesting market dynamics. Chinese government bond yields have hit their highest levels of 2025, which suggests investors are betting that the world's second-largest economy might finally be moving past those deflationary pressures that have been weighing it down. China Pacific Insurance is capitalizing on this optimism, seeking up to $2 billion from a convertible bond sale. But it's not all smooth sailing. There's a significant sell-off happening in China's longer-dated government bonds, made worse by proposed changes to mutual fund fees. NIO, the electric vehicle maker, is also looking to raise over $1 billion to fund their growth plans, which shows there's still appetite for investment in China's EV sector, despite the broader market volatility. The oil markets are having their own moment too. We're seeing oil climb for the third straight session as traders weigh Trump's latest tariff threats on Russian crude buyers and the potential fallout from Israel's recent strike in Doha. It's a perfect example of how geopolitical tensions immediately translate into commodity price movements. In corporate news, Zara's parent company Inditex is feeling the pinch from U.S. tariffs, with dropping U.S. revenues contributing to a broader slowdown at the fashion powerhouse. And Hyundai finds itself in a particularly tough spot. The South Korean carmaker is trying to boost American manufacturing, but faces higher Trump tariffs while dealing with industrial unrest back home. It's like being caught between a rock and a hard place. Over in Europe, there's frustration building around implementation of the Draghi competitiveness plan. A full year after the former Italian PM delivered his report on boosting EU competitiveness, Europe has only implemented about 11% of his ideas, while global rivals continue to surge ahead. That's the kind of bureaucratic sluggishness that drives business leaders crazy. On a more positive note for Fed watchers, a federal judge ruled that Fed Governor Lisa Cook can remain in her role, at least for now. This is significant because Trump had sought to dismiss her over allegations of mortgage fraud, so the ruling represents a win for maintaining Fed governance structures. Looking at market sentiment more broadly, it's interesting that stock traders don't seem too worried about inflation anymore, even with the Consumer Price Index report hitting Thursday. Jobs data has really taken center stage in the market narrative, which suggests investors are more focused on employment trends than price pressures right now. That's quite a shift from where we were just a few months ago when inflation fears dominated every trading session.